Hey everybody, this is the Northwest Gamer, and today we're going to be doing our top 10 predictions list for MUT 2024 for the wide receivers, so let's get into it. So for number 10, we have Amon-Ra, the Sun God, at an 82 overall, because he's just amazing. 106 receptions for 1,161 yards and 6 touchdowns, doing everything he needs to help his team win. And with having Jamison Williams, the field's going to open up more because there will be less defensive attention having to be put towards him. So he is good for number 10 on the list. Number 9, I have CD Lamb. He is another number 1 receiver who's just so good. He's always so open, and hopefully Prescott can learn how to not turn over the ball so he can get it to this guy, because he's just going to eat. I think he's going to be an 83 overall. He's good for the 9 spot. He had 107 receptions for almost 1,360 yards and 9 receiving touchdowns. So really good year. And he's just going to continue to get better. I think he gets 1,500 receiving yards this year and 10 touchdowns at least. But now is on to our 8th spot. Jalen Waddle is at our 8th spot at an 83 overall. And he is the best number 2 receiver in the NFL, bar none. It's him and then T. Higgins. I mean, last year, 75 yards for 1,356 yards. 75 receptions for 1,356 yards and 8 touchdowns catching, when he was more of the short yak guy, because Tyreek Hill obviously is going to be the deep guy. And he still had amazing numbers. So he's good for number 8 on our list. I think on number 7 on our list, Stephon Diggs will go down to an 84 because he's just got better players above him. I mean, this year he had 108 receptions for 1,429 yards and 11 touchdowns. Just an amazing year. And it's not really his fault he went down in overall, but they're only going to have so many spots open, and usually they only have a 1 spot per the 2 highest overalls usually. So he's stuck at an 84. He's going to have a great year, but not better than any of the other people on this list, in my opinion. So he starts at an 84. Number 7 on the list, A.J. Brown at an 85 is good for number 6 on the list, with 88 receptions for almost 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns, which is crazy. He didn't even need 90 receptions to get almost 1,500 yards, and he had double-digit touchdowns. So he's an 85, just got better players in the top 5 than him, and it's not really his fault. So that is number 6. And number 5 is Cooper Kupp, the former number 1 from last year. I think he's going to be an 85 this year, because even though he had amazing numbers last year, 75 receptions for 812 yards and 6 touchdowns, and I think he only played half the season. The problem is the people ahead of him, and he's having injury troubles already. I think he'll be an 85. Not like bad or anything. He's just not better than the ones in front of him. Okay. At number 4, we have Jamar Chase. Arguably a top 3 receiver in the NFL. But he's going to be knocked down a bit because he had injury problems last year. I mean, he missed a couple of games and he had 87 receptions for almost 1,050 yards and 9 touchdowns. So I couldn't put him above like the top 3, but I had to put him here. He's going to be a fan favorite because of how fast he is. And yeah, he's just, if he stays healthy, he'll be probably the number 1 receiver by the end of next year. Fantasy-wise, I think Tyreek Hill is the number 3 wide receiver in the NFL. And on this list, he's going to be an 86. And he's a fan favorite because of his speed, obviously. And his deep threat. I mean, last year, 119 receptions for 1,710 yards. Just amazing. And 7 touchdowns. And you could argue he would have broke the touchdown record. I mean, not the touchdown record, the yards record, if he would have gotten a chance with Tua not being injured. So he's number 3, but he's undoubtedly not as good as these next 2 guys. Davante Adams is going to be an 87 overall. He can do everything, and he's still that guy that you can give 15 receptions to for 150 yards and have him carry you on your back. But I think not having a quarterback will definitely hurt him this year. I mean, Jimmy G, I guess you can say he's a quarterback, but he's never healthy, so that's obviously going to hurt Davante Adams. I mean, last year, some people tried to say it was a down year. He had 100 receptions for over 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns, which I think led the league. So he deserves an 87, but he is the clear number 2 behind this next guy. Justin Jefferson will be an 88 because he is the best receiver in the NFL. When it comes down to it, by the end of his career, we might call him the greatest receiver we have ever seen because he does it all. And he has undoubtedly proven he is the best receiver between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. And they're arguably the 2 best wide receivers in the league. And Justin Jefferson last year, just amazing. 128 receptions for 1,809 yards. And he had 8 touchdowns. He is just amazing. And yeah, he's undoubtedly gonna, I think he'll actually get better and have more touchdowns this year because he'll have more weapons around him instead of the ghost of Adam Thielen. So that is my list. I hope you liked it. I hope you comment and let me know what you think I got wrong, what you think I got right, and I'll see you guys in the next one.